Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
Because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. We are excited that you're here. It is a wonderful Wednesday, and I don't know about you, but for me, this has turned into my favorite day of the week.
Same. Yep.
So we really enjoy making these episodes for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed listening as well. And we've got another pretty cool episode, one that I know we've been working on for a while to put everything together. And this one here is a little more personal for Ashley.
It is.
We mentioned in our very first episode that you have a gluten allergy, and that's a food sensitivity that you've had to work around for a while now.
Yeah.
And regardless of what type of sensitivity it is, I know that that can be really overwhelming for individuals, for families, whether you're at home or going to an amusement park. And again, we love Disney. You do too, because you're listening to this. Let's talk about going to a Disney park or restaurant and having to work with a food sensitivity, because I think that's a real thing, a big concern and a big stress for a lot of people.
No, it absolutely is. And you said it. It can be stressful, especially when you are traveling. But Walt Disney World and Disneyland, they take food allergies seriously.
They do.
But they make it so easy. And I personally feel like they really go above and beyond to make you feel comfortable as you're eating.
That's true. And I honestly have never felt like there was a time at the Disney parks that they didn't take your gluten sensitivity seriously. Sometimes even going beyond maybe what perhaps they need to do, but it's because they care and they want to make sure that you have a great experience, and especially that you don't, get sick or have an upset stomach after. So they really do a phenomenal job of handling food allergies from not just what we have witnessed with others, but experienced ourselves.
Absolutely. But I think with that being said, there is always a risk because something can naturally be gluten-free, but if it's in the same case or right next to something that is not gluten-free, you do run the risk of the cross-contamination, and therefore I think it wouldn't be safe for somebody that may have celiac disease. But again, Disney makes it really easy because you can always check with your cast member about food allergies.
Totally. So let's get into it. When you're ordering food in the parks, you have essentially three options. You can do a mobile order, you could do table service, and then they just have the various snack carts and places you can just walk up around the park. So step one with this, download the My Disney Experience app if you're going to Walt Disney World, or the Disneyland app for Disneyland. That's going to have everything that you need, not just for snacking and eating, but for your whole day and experience in the park. Yeah. So when you're going through this, they have in the map a filter that you can put on and find eating locations, which makes it super easy. And at most of those eating locations, they do have a menu in the app. And you can look at those allergy options even before walking up, which is super cool. One thing that I think has also been a really great thing is you can always ask to talk to the chef. And that's never been a problem for us. Like they're very happy to do it. So again, for those that have more serious allergies, definitely take advantage of that. And please know that you're not inconveniencing anybody by asking for that. They will often offer that service to you. And many places, especially in like Disney Springs, they may not have gluten-free options listed on the menu, but you can have modifications made to make your entree gluten-free as well.
Absolutely. And that is what I love about Disney. They're so accommodating. But let's start with mobile order because I think that's the easiest to talk about. So again, like you said, you can look at the menus on your Disney app, and what you'll do is you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of the menu and you'll see after beverages the list of allergies. And they have it sectioned out literally by every single allergy. So you will see all of them. Gluten, wheat, egg, fish or shellfish, milk, peanut or tree nut, sesame, and soy. They go all out.
No, I think that's really great. And whether it's because you have an allergy or sensitivity or just a preference, it makes it really, really easy to find entrees or snacks or anything that way that will accommodate your desire.
Oh yeah. So for example, you'll see where, it'll say gluten or wheat allergy, and then it will have a list of your entrees or items that are gluten-free. So when doing a mobile order, your wait time can take a little bit longer because it is prepared in a separate kitchen. Now, with that being said, I have heard that not all of them are completely a separate kitchen. Some of them are just a designated area of the kitchen. So again, if you have a severe food allergy, always ask about that kitchen situation. Definitely. But most of the time your order will come out on a different tray, and it's usually a green tray. Mm-hmm. And that's, again, just to help the cast members know. And you only have one cast member that will touch that tray, and they will give it directly to you. And it is completely separate from other food that you may have ordered.
And it's been kept separate the entire time, which is nice and gives you that peace of mind.
Exactly.
And I do love the mobile order option because we've been able to plan ahead, knowing that your order will take a little bit longer. So, we'll plan it out, put the order in when we still are finishing up a ride or walking over that way. So that way we're not just sitting and waiting the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I do appreciate it's a little thing, but our orders always come out together so that we can eat together too. And they're both hot at the same time. So just a nice little touch that I've really appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. But moving on to table service. So again, these are dining reservations. So before making a reservation in the Disney app, you can look at what the allergy-friendly options are. And here, they don't break it down by allergy like they do for mobile order. Instead, they will just list the entree, and then you will see which allergy it accommodates.
Have you had a preference between those two? Like, is one easier than another?
So personally, I think mobile order is just easier to find, whereas, table service, you might see an entree that you like, and then you read it and you're like, oh man, but that sounded so good and I can't have it.
That's exactly where my mind went as well, because, again, I'm sure it's got to be frustrating, among other things, to be able to find something to eat in general, but also to have to scroll through all the options that sound really great and be like, and I can't have any of this.
No, to your point. So, for example, if they had French onion soup, underneath it will say, it's free of fish, shellfish, peanut, tree nut, sesame, and soy allergies. So I could be like, oh, that sounds great. But then I look and I'm like, oh, I can't have that because I have a gluten or wheat sensitivity. When making the dining reservation, you can also add the allergy to your reservation. So you can do that when making it in the My Disney Experience app or your Disneyland app.
And that's even before you go on the trip. Even when you're reserving some of those exclusive dining locations, you can even list that you have an allergy with that initial reservation. So that's really nice. If you forget, you can always change that day of or when you arrive at the restaurant, but it is nice that you can always list that every step of making your reservation.
Exactly. So when you check into your dining reservation with the cast member, they will confirm if somebody indeed does have an allergy that's in your party and what that allergy is. And then again, when your server comes to your table, they will leave the ticket on the table and it will have that allergy listed on there. And again, that server will confirm what the allergy is. So between you putting it in the app, when you check in your server, there are just so many different confirmations that go into an allergy alert that just make you have that confidence.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, and then most restaurants will have a separate allergy-friendly menu. And again, it will have a list of those entrees and what is allergy safe.
So going back to your previous point, it's nice that you have an exclusive section or an exclusive menu that will pretty much be full of stuff that you can eat rather than having to hunt and search for what you could eat out of a bunch of stuff you can't.
Correct. And that's just a personal preference. But yeah, it's easier, to your point, not to try to hunt for that. But I think the other thing we need to talk about with table service is buffets.
Yeah, because there are a lot of them.
Yes, and cross-contamination I know can be very worrisome for those with food allergies. But when you check into your buffet dining reservation, they offer an allergy card, and that will list every single thing that's on the buffet. And I mean every single thing, down to whether there's salad dressings or the different meats, desserts. They will list everything and what that food contains.
So for the more serious food allergies, I'm sure that's very important.
Absolutely. And again, that allergy card will allow you to see what's safe and what is not safe, and you can take that card up with you to the buffet as you're picking out
Awesome.
your food. But if the food allergy card still worries you, you can ask to talk to the chef, and the chef will actually walk you around the buffet and let you know what you can and can't have.
We've actually done that a couple times, which was really nice. And it was very, how do I say this? Like, just very discreet, I guess. It wasn't a big deal. They didn't make a big parade out of it. It just very casually walked you through, and that way you knew exactly where you could go and have a very normal dining experience like everybody else.
Exactly. And the chef will also prepare a separate plate for you that is completely safe of any other allergies. And they'll bring it right to your table from the kitchen. So again, you know that there's not really that risk of cross-contamination. And I think when we talk about buffets, you and I, we typically go to breakfast buffets.
Yeah, we do.
And they bring out for me a whole plate of gluten-free waffles. It's amazing. And you can always ask for more, and they will bring you more. But they will also bring out like fresh eggs, bacon, potatoes, things like that to avoid the cross-contamination on the buffet. And again, I'm not super sensitive to gluten, so I don't need that, but I always appreciate them asking if, I just want waffles or if there's anything else that I want as well.
No, that has been really nice. And I mentioned this before, but I just feel like they really do make every effort to make your dining experience as equal as possible to anybody else in the restaurant without allergies or restrictions. And the other thing that is nice with this is you always know your plate comes out fresh. Like it was made just for you in that moment.
Absolutely. So we talked about mobile order, we talked about our table service, and the last thing that we need to talk about is snacks.
And we love snacks.
Yeah, we do. We do love snacks, and I say that, but I think this is the hardest one because most snack locations on the Disney app don't list the ingredients or list the allergies. So that's just one where you need to walk up to whether it's a snack cart or a stand, and you just have to ask that cast member about allergies.
Right. And I mean, obviously there's some things like popcorn, for example, up front, like you can go to any popcorn stand and you're good. But there are seasonal snacks. There are specialty snacks that kind of vary by cart location. So that's just the reality of being smart and safe about it. But every time that we've had to ask, cast members have been very accommodating, happy to help, and want to make sure that you feel comfortable before you make that order. So it's really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a good topic of discussion, and I really do hope that it's been helpful because I can imagine either for an individual, a parent, for a friend, it's just one of those things that there's going to be some sacrifices, but we want you to feel comfortable when you go, and we want you to be at peace knowing that you're in a place where they take this stuff seriously. There are so many different allergies out there, and so yeah, I just think that Disney is very accommodating with all of those things, and for us directly, especially with gluten.
Absolutely. And I feel that I need to mention that in all of our trips to the Disney parks or eating at a Disney restaurant, I've never once had a reaction or had my stomach get upset by ordering gluten-free.
Yeah, and that is a big deal because, again, you're not at home. You're out with a bunch of people, it's not your own bathroom. It's just, it can be a lot, but you're right. There's never been an experience, and that says a lot because I know for us personally, when we're eating out around our hometown, you've ordered gluten-free things that didn't sit well. Even if you were ordering the same meal or food that you ordered like a week ago or a month ago. And we've even had to stop going to certain restaurants because despite saying it's gluten-free, like it just doesn't jive. It doesn't sit well. So we just stopped going altogether. And that's tough.
It is. It absolutely is.
So again, I think this is great, and I hope that this so far has been helpful to people to know, like, hey, you can go and you can have a great experience. So we've talked about food allergies in general, but let's talk more exclusively about being gluten-free and working with that sensitivity, because I feel like gluten allergies are becoming more and more prevalent. And I will say, I've noticed Disney coming out with even more gluten-free options on a lot of things.
Exactly. So there's a lot of gluten-free guides that you can find on the internet. And I have one that I put together as well of places that I ate gluten-free in the Disney parks. So in this guide, I kind of broke it down by both Disney World and Disneyland by each individual park. And I also included resorts and the Disney Springs area and Disney World and Downtown Disney and Disneyland. The guide is not a review as to say whether I liked the meal or not, but it's just a list of places that I ate gluten-free.
Yeah, and I will say as a compliment to you, I mean, granted, there are some of our favorites, which we'll get into, but I think you've been pretty brave about trying new places and trying new things for science purposes or whatever, right? Yeah. So I feel like the guide is actually pretty awesome, and I wish there had been something like that for you, because I know you kind of had to do a lot of legwork and research from a variety of different sources when we started to get into this, and you've kind of compiled all of that into one place.
Yeah. I did include some pictures as well in that guide of just food that I have, or pictures that I had taken of the food that I ate. But yeah, we'll post that guide over on our Patreon. So go ahead and check that out.
No, it's a good one, y'all. Check it out for sure. And speaking of places that you have eaten gluten-free, there are a few of our absolute favorites that we always go to.
Oh, yeah.
Let's share them. Let's shout them out. Some of them you've probably heard already, but I think we've got some new ones on there too.
Oh, yeah. So again, starting off with mobile order, I think in Disney World, my favorite mobile order place is Woody's Lunchbox over in Hollywood Studios.
Oh, that place is awesome.
And you can't sleep on like the grilled cheese sandwich.
You shouldn't sleep on the grilled cheese sandwich because it's amazing, gluten-free or not. Like, both of them are outstanding. I've eaten both and they're phenomenal. Like, I feel like if you gave me your gluten-free grilled cheese and my gluten-free grilled cheese in a blindfold test, I don't know that I could tell the difference, to be honest with you. They're just that good. And that's fun because we do eat a lot of gluten-free things together.
We do. So yeah, get that grilled cheese, those potato barrels. Again, it was super easy to mobile order, or we've done it before. We've just walked up. They talked to the chef. There's a separate window. They brought it out on a green tray. It was awesome. So, yeah, Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah, you're always a happy girl at Woody's Lunchbox, and I am too. I love that place.
I am. My other favorite mobile order place is over in Disneyland, Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. And I know it might sound crazy because it's a bakery and there is flour and wheat everywhere. And there are some of the desserts that are in the same case as other gluten-containing things. But again, I've never had a problem. So if you have issues with cross-contamination, please talk with the cast member. But I've never had a problem. And I have two favorites from there. One is the oven roasted turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Which is so good and, in my opinion, like a healthier option.
And I think last time we were there, they actually changed the bread as well, and it's even better now than what it was before.
I noticed that. I think Disney changed their gluten-free buns, and I like the ones that they currently have better than their old ones. So it's great. And then, again, sensing a theme, but the Jolly Holiday toasted cheese sandwich, the grilled cheese. It's amazing as well.
No,
it's so good.
That place is underrated, if we can say that. I know there's a lot of people who love Jolly Holiday, but it just doesn't get the same pizzazz as some other eating locations. But Jolly Holiday's a banger. Like, they've got so many solid things. Yeah, so it's so good. I'm glad you chose that one.
Yeah. So moving over to table service, and I know we talk about this place a lot, so you probably know what's coming.
People are probably sick of hearing about it, but unless you go and experience for yourself, you won't know. But just take our word for it.
But yeah.
Let them know.
Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good. I feel safe in all of the restaurants, but our first time here, our server was so knowledgeable. She was so nice and sweet and just made me feel so safe. And I think that's why it holds a special place in my heart. And
we were there very soon after it initially opened.
Correct. It was probably only a month. I was going to say it was probably only a month or so.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the food, you can have like the chicken, the sausage, the brisket, the ribs, all of the main meat options. And then they also have gluten-free buns with that amazing pepper jelly.
You love that pepper jelly.
It's so good. And they also have great dessert options. So you can have the apple pie, the lemon and blueberry cheesecake, and my favorite, the peach and strawberry pie.
And just a little, like, veteran secret, and they're usually pretty good about telling you this, so it's not like a secret, but when they come out with the dessert options, you can just get one of everything, gang. Just do it. No. And they don't even care. They're like, yeah, or just take one of all, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. No. So if you're gluten-free, go check out Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. It's a great time. Another table service option that we love is, again, I know we talk about this one, but it is Ohana.
We're Ohana people.
We are Ohana
We're not
people.
sorry about it.
No.
We love it.
They bring Mickey waffles out on a separate plate for me, which is great. But what's also awesome is I have the option of a gluten-free donut, which for a gluten-free donut, it's pretty good because there are, not in Disney, but just in general, there are bad ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
But Disney makes a pretty good gluten-free donut.
No, and there's, again, I just feel like at Ohana, you can eat pretty much everything, you know, and they're very good about bringing it all out to you on a separate tray just for you, so you don't have to share. But no, Ohana's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's cool that there is a special little treat just for you because of your allergy.
Absolutely. And the last table service place that I love eating gluten-free is over at Disneyland, and that is Blue Bayou.
We love Blue Bayou.
We do. They have a lot of great options. I usually end up getting the, like, roasted chicken.
And so do I. That's the best thing on the menu, in our opinion. Yeah. Like, it's just so good.
It's good. But even better than that is the dessert.
Here it is.
The creme brulee. And it actually, fun fact, is not listed as gluten-free because it does come with like a cracker on top. But all I do is say, you know, again, with my allergy, can I have it without? And they say, oh, absolutely.
No, they usually say, sir, would you like it on the side so you can eat it?
That's true.
And I say yes, because
true.
It's awesome and it's, I don't know, it's like a little croissant roll covered in sugar. Yeah. It's delicious. So...
yeah, but the creme brulee is fantastic.
No, I know you love that creme brulee. Sometimes I wish you would look at me the same way you look at that creme brulee.
Stop. Well, speaking of that, though, let's move on to snacks, because I think snacks it can be hard, but I think they are our favorite.
No, we love snacks. It's just, why eat at one place that'll hold you over for hours when you can eat at many places throughout the day?
Yes.
Every hour.
Yes. Okay, so first, obviously in the parks, there are churros, and you're like, oh man, I can't have a churro. Or can you? So actually in Disney World, over at Coronado Springs, at their Three Bridges Bar and Grill, they have gluten-free churros.
They do.
They're awesome. Now, I have also heard that at Nomad Lounge over in Animal Kingdom...
And sorry, real quick, you can get those churros to go, too, everyone. Like,
oh, yeah.
We did that multiple times. I think we ate there one night, which was really cool. Great ambiance, super fun, great food. But then we went back like multiple other nights and we got gluten-free churros to go and ate them in our room.
Yeah, because we were staying there.
Yep.
But yeah, also over at Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom, which has been on my bucket list to eat there. I just feel like every time we're in Animal Kingdom, it just doesn't happen. But they have gluten-free churros. But that's all they make there are gluten-free churros. Yeah. They don't have a regular churro option, which is great. And I heard it comes with 2 dipping sauces. So cool. Next time we are in Animal Kingdom, I really am going to make that a priority to go there.
It's awesome.
But also, they have gluten-free beignets. So over at Port Orleans French Quarter, they have some gluten-free beignets. They are not the Mickey-shaped ones.
I know, which kind of is lame. But, again, we appreciate the accommodation. Just make them Mickey-shaped.
I agree.
That's
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
If you're listening.
Cousin Josh.
Make a Mickey-shaped. Figure it out.
Right?
Figure it out, please. Another favorite gluten-free snack is over in Magic Kingdom, the Tropical Serenade over at Aloha Isle. So this is pineapple, orange, guava juice with coconut soft serve.
I think you meant Pog juice.
Exactly.
Because it's delicious.
It is Pog juice.
No, oh God, that thing is so good.
Now, it does come with an upside-down pineapple cake pop, but I have asked to have that removed before.
And I've asked them to put it in my hand.
Exactly.
And I ate it, and it was really good.
But they were totally cool about it. And I just said, hey, I have a gluten sensitivity. Can we have that either separate or can I not have that at all? And they don't have a problem with it.
Yep.
The last snack, though, that I want to talk about.
Hit them with it.
And you're smiling.
Preach.
You know.
Take us to church.
I saved the best for last because, in my opinion, this is my absolute favorite gluten-free snack.
It's because it's like the best snack in the Disney universe.
It is over at Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. Again, I didn't mention this because I wanted to save it for the snack part. Over in Disneyland, it is the Raspberry Rose Mickey Macaroon.
Oh, you guys.
So
it's
this is
so stinking good.
This is a raspberry rose almond filled macaroon with fresh strawberries. And I dream about this.
I do too. And I'm thinking about it right now. And we had one of our Patreon members contact us. They're planning a trip to Disneyland and we're helping them through this. Ashley's doing her thing. And we only made it like 3 minutes before I'm like, hey, really quick, Jolly Holiday. Order this raspberry rose macaroon. Do it in the morning. You can pick it up whenever you want later in the day.
Yeah.
But they do sell out. But y'all, you need to do it. It is that good.
It is. It is so good. It is my absolute favorite. But again, if you have a severe gluten sensitivity, because it is technically at a bakery, talk with a cast member to make sure that you feel comfortable ordering this. But it's so good. It's my absolute favorite.
As it should be. So I also think we need to talk about bringing snacks with you into the park because we do that still on the regular. Mm-hmm. There are some parks that I think it's fair to say are more gluten-friendly than others.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think it is important you bring snacks with you just if you need something to hold you over or, if you're like, hey, there legitimately isn't a lot of options for me. So we just keep them in a backpack. And then it's always with us just in case. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this before, but, the Instacart option is phenomenal.
It is.
Especially if you're in Walt Disney World. And if you have a food allergy and just want to make sure that you're getting the food, not only that is safe, but stuff that you're already accustomed to. Mm-hmm. Like we have our favorite snacks that we eat at home. Mm-hmm. Our grocery list honestly doesn't change that much. One, because we're simple people and I eat like a child. And two, because we have certain things that work for you and that's okay. Mm-hmm. So when we go with Instacart, we don't have to travel across the country with all of that stuff in our bags.
Exactly.
Which is really great. It's delivered fresh. You can now have refrigerated items that maybe are more difficult to travel with, as we've mentioned before. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing, and it's a little thing, but I think it's a big thing, is you always have the option of approving substitutions. So, for example, if we wanted Lay's stacks for chips, because those ones you can have, and they try and substitute Pringles, and you can't have those.
Because they contain wheat.
Yep. So you always get the choice of approving those substitutions. Mm-hmm. So you always can order with confidence. Bring it right to the resort for you. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But we're going to actually have an after hours episode posted on Patreon right after this, where we'll talk more about the specific gluten-free snacks that we like to take into the park with us. Yeah. So these are the things that we legitimately take with us every time. And they're really good.
Absolutely.
It's easy.
Yeah. So hopefully this was helpful for you and puts your mind at ease of going to a Disney park if, you or a loved one has a food allergy, because you do have so many options and you can enjoy your eating experience along with the rest of your family and friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's it for this week's episode, but don't forget to follow us on Instagram and head over to our Patreon to check out that gluten-free guide as well as our after hours episode. But that's it for this episode, so until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.